Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks, the State of Our World on Saturday, May 16th, 2020. So what is it? So let's find out. Okay. The other day I mentioned that the White House, the administration, and Trump decided to fire a State Department watchdog who happened to be investigating Secretary Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State. And it seems that Secretary Pompeo recommended firing the State Department watchdog who was watching him, investigating him. So what did Secretary Pompeo do that warranted the watchdog focusing on him? I guess we'll find out. Everything does come out eventually. Now, a lot of the coronavirus is still with us. More cases, more people passing away from the virus, so not a very good situation. It's still with us. We still need to have social distancing. We still need to wear a mask when we're out in public. We still need much more personal protective equipment for everyone who is on the front lines. Healthcare workers and grocery store workers and first responders like police and firemen, all truck drivers, all kinds of people. They're out there working hard for us, so they need the personal protective equipment. Also, of course, it's not enough. Don't know why. Someday we'll have the truth on what happened under the Trump administration's failed response to the coronavirus here. Also need to still test everyone. That's the only way to find out who has the virus, then isolate that person, trace their contacts, and any of their contacts who have the virus, isolate them. Of course, get everyone healed up and well. But it's the only way you're going to find out. We still do not have a uniform testing procedure. We need that. Every state has to do that, and the federal government has to help where needed. We have some tests that are being used in the White House. It says the White House is testing their people, including the president and the VP, every day, but the test they're using has false negatives, or someone who really does have the virus is showing that they don't. So what's that all about? That's coming from a lab. That obviously there might be some problems, and that needs to be looked into. We need to have a test that is good and that tells the truth and doesn't try to hide the truth. So we know that Trump wants to keep the numbers down. So we have to keep working on that. Make sure that we test everybody, all 300 plus million of us, trace all our contacts. If we test positive to the virus, and any of the contacts who trace positive, trace their contacts, and isolate them. So shelter in place, quarantine, still the rule of the day. Otherwise, we'll never conquer this disease, this virus. So we need to definitely continue that. Now, in China, where supposedly the coronavirus originated, the hundreds of villages have been locked down in northeastern part of China after a new coronavirus outbreak. And here, states are still trying to reopen because of political pressure and with no regard to the safety of their citizens. And there's also a lot of people who are against the lockdown, and then there are a lot of people who are saying that the vaccine belongs to whatever country creates it. So if the U.S. is successful in creating a vaccine that works, the U.S. does not have to share that with anyone, just with its own citizens. So that's not good. We have to share this virus. We have to get everybody healed, get everybody well, and protect everyone from getting the virus. Because if you don't share it, then someone who can't get the vaccine could come here and spread the virus, so we start all over again. So vaccine nationalism is not the way to go. Lockdown, people who are against the lockdowns, that's not the way to go. We are trying to protect everybody, but we have people who don't want to that. They are selfish, misguided. They don't seem to understand that they go out and protest, they're spreading germs. Might give themselves or their family the virus. So we have to develop a vaccine that can be given to everybody and shared with every country, no matter which country creates it. Also, we still need all that personal protective equipment. We need lots of tests, have to continue testing. Now, we do have an election coming up in November of 2020. It's a big one. It's a presidential election, also lots of other elections to be decided for local, city, county, state officials, in addition to the national election for the president, the House of Representatives, U.S. Senate, etc. Lots of things going on. So the best way to do that, to protect everyone, is to send everyone a mail-in ballot that they fill out and send back to their local voting office, the county where they live, who's in charge of elections. That's the way to do it. Don't try to force people to go to the polling place and expose themselves to the danger if they get exposed to the virus and get the virus. So to have mail-in ballots for everyone. And Trump and his wife are permanent mail-in ballot voters in Florida. So why can't the rest of us have that too? I'm in California, and here we do have mail-in ballots, and the governor has made it official that everyone in the state will be mailed a mail-in ballot to fill out and return. So there. Everyone vote your choice, but do vote. It's very important. That's your right, and that's also your obligation to vote in every election. So we're going to have everyone voting, hopefully, no one put in danger by having to go to the polls. No state officials saying we're not going to do mail-in ballots. Should be beyond their control. Everyone, no matter where you live, you have to contact your local officials, your county officials, your state officials, your federal officials, and say you want to do mail-in voting. You want a mail-in ballot sent to you, and that's the way you want to vote to keep everybody safe, and also to make sure that everybody does get to vote. There are a lot of problems with elections, people trying to keep other people from voting, groups trying to keep certain groups from voting. Not very fair. So we need to definitely have mail-in ballots. We still have vulnerable populations that need to be helped. The homeless, the migrant workers, people here seeking asylum, the farm workers, the healthcare workers. We have Midwestern states opening up their manufacturing. We know in the meatpacking industry people work very close together, and certain of these companies have been shut down because the virus was prevalent in their particular company. But it's not only meatpacking companies, it's also other companies doing other types of work, where they have a small space and a lot of people, and people are put in danger because they're working closely with each other. And that's how the virus spreads. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard of the Triangle Shirtwaist Company fire. Back in the early 1900s, there was a factory, a garment factory. They made garments, and the owners of the factory used to lock all the employees in. They locked all the doors from the outside. You couldn't open the doors from the inside. And the workers actually had the owners of the company would come and open the doors when it was time for the end of the workday. So actually the workers had to get permission to leave the building. And a fire erupted. in the Triangle Shirtwaist Company. And the owners of the building were nowhere to be found, and the workers inside the building could not open the doors, could not get out, and many, many people perished. That brought attention to the fact of the dangers and labor laws and all kinds of things. The sad thing about that is the owners of that factory, even though they were guilty of putting people in lives in danger and their actions causing people to die, they didn't suffer any consequences. No legal action taken against them. So that is very unfortunate. But we shall persevere, and also, okay, we're back now. Now, I think we've had enough news for today. How about a little song? This song is called World of Our Own. It's written by Tom Springfield, a member of the Springfield folk group, which also included his sister Dusty, who became an international superstar as a singer on her own. All right, here we go. World of Our Own. World of our own. Oh yes. Close the door, light the lights. We're staying home tonight, far away from the bustle and the bright city lights. Let them all fade away. Just leave us alone, and we'll live in a world of our own. We'll build a world of our own that nobody else can share. All our troubles will leave far behind us there, and I know we will find such peace of mind when we live in a world of our own. Okay, that was World of Our Own. World of Our Own. Hope you liked it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. That song, World of Our Own, was written and recorded in 1960s by the Seekers. So, thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Hope to see you all again tomorrow evening for another episode of Carol Ann Speaks, The State of Our World. Now, stay safe. Take care of yourself and others. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Thank you. Good night.